That's why Diaspora Talk is back on your screens on KMTV.
In fact, the United Party is not cohesive. Be it social, political, economic, and other issues affecting Liberia and the diaspora Liberian communities.
I did not expect to even make it to Hollywood.
Join Cyrus McGee and Nathan Charles every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, live on KMTV, Facebook, and YouTube.
I want to be arrested in the midst of my people.
As they discuss the issues, blending the voices from Liberia and the diaspora Liberian communities.
The Liberian Business Association in the diaspora should be used as a vehicle for economic development in Liberia because no country can develop without the diaspora impact.
For sponsorship, call cell numbers 612-806-5896, 816-433-3979, or better still, email us at usakmtv@gmail.com.
Diaspora Talk. From this house. Liberians across the world. Especially these that's why we right here. I'm going to be live and direct from wow. Yeah, Minister, that's Minister on this. Walker Brown Skin, and today was the scene of attraction when the CPP political leader or standard bearer Alexander Benedict Cummings and Interraj, swayed the entire public over there today, naming Councillor Charlene Bronskin, the daughter of the founding father, as his running mate in the October elections. Now it's clear that Charlene Bronskin is the running mate of Alexander Cummings come October. So to talk about this and other issues with the different picks of those who've already announced, I've been joined by three people. You know one of them, he's regularly on here, Nathan Charles, but two of our colleagues that are visiting from the East Coast. Journalist Stephen Bender and journalist Papi Cully, once a journalist, always a journalist. Gentlemen, welcome. It's good to have you all here on the Diaspora Talk Special Edition.
Thank you, Cyrus, and thank you, Nathan. It's good to be in your city. I'm loving it.
You always love it. You always here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's good to have you. And Papi, I know is your first time in our studio. Steven as well, right?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Your first time here since we opened.
You guys are doing a great job. Fantastic one.
I'm mean, it's good to be. It's good.
So I think you can just bring that microphone closer so that we get your audio, and then Nito and Steven can probably share that one.
That's it.
Still trying to add more microphones out here, but for now, we're managing what we have.
It's good to be back in Minnesota. I always like to come during the summer or around this time, not the winter. It's terrible. I don't like it during winter.
Why?
But however, it's good to be here, and I'm happy that we are here this afternoon to be able to share the platform to look at issues affecting our country, more especially on the political note, as well as the developmental issues of President George Weah and his team of leaders activities back home.
And I know when you walk in, Nathan just jokingly said, just in case we had this team base here, what would it be like? A crack team. We all, walk the line together from different institutions. Some of us from high school into journalism, international broadcasting. Today we are all here in the U.S. making our own living the way we know possibly. But we cannot shy away from home. We keep the torch burning in our hearts.
Certainly. I mean, if with the help of technology, we can be able to have for our opportunity or our time to be able to come on here every time to share our thoughts on issues, crisscross the critical issues as well. I mean, it's something that we can work out modalities. But however, since the Sarah's, who happened to be the CEO, said there's a proposal for $60 an hour. Steven said he wanted to resign all of his job. He wanted to resign all of his job on the phone.
It's all about the bread. Trust me, man. It's just all about the bread.
You're not seeing the contract yet, bro.
It's all about the bread. At least I've heard a figure. The details will be fine too.
Yeah. So just for the benefit of the public, Papi, tell a little bit about yourself. Steve will do the same. Neto and I know the faces on here a lot. So let's start up with you.
Well, my name is Papi Xavier Colley.
Is it looking for a ticket called Xavier One?
I mean, Xavier One. I didn't. For now, it's not going to be in the soonest possible.
Okay.
And I'm not even thinking in that direction.
Okay, thanks for that.
Yeah. So, Papi Xavier Colley, born and grew up in Liberia, school there. Began my journalistic career in 2008. Later on, moved to Star Radio. Worked with a couple of other media institutions. Lastly, worked for Joy FM Liberia, and also served as immediate vice president of the legislative press pool before migrating to the United States. Currently pursuing degree in human resource management. And I mean, that's me. I'm here and family man, trying to do everything I can to be a better person.
Benna.
Well, I'm going to be a little bit brief. Started off my career from high school, rose up to university. I had opportunity to work for several media institutions. One of them, the Improv, where you and I worked, Cyrus. I also had an opportunity to work for the Daily Observer newspaper, where I served as senior legislative political correspondent, covering the Capitol building. Later on, I went on to work for the late veteran journalist Tom Kamara, the New Democrat newspaper. And after that, I got into the private sector, where I went and I worked for Golden Beryllium, the world's largest oil palm producer, as senior communications manager and spokesperson for that company. Currently, I'm managing my own company. I'm into the automobile industry in America. I buy some used cars across the United States, and also have other businesses that I run.
You got good rating from that?
Oh, well, yeah, I do.
5 stars?
Five stars rating, as a matter of fact. And my wife and I, we also have the Benda Foundation, where we cater to a lot of unfortunate youth in Bapuru County specifically. I have a beautiful family that I love so much, and I'm in Brooklyn Center this weekend to commemorate the Memorial Day, for our loved ones who we've lost over the period of time. This is a pleasure being here. That's it for me.
Yeah, Nito, I don't know what you want to throw in. Everybody know the fame and all that, but yes.
It's good to be back interacting with our colleagues. and at least most of they are here to look at the issues from Liberia, and and I'm so proud that they have ordinary cartoons what they are doing, and because that's what we see some guys doing. That's something professionally and at the same time, flash. I see Papi doing other things professionally too. So that's why it's too good that discussing issues on this platform. So indeed, we are there to enlighten the lives and enlighten people of a situation in Liberia. And I tell you, the training we have, we're still impacting, our colleagues back home. When we see the stories, I know me and Papi, I have many conversations with like, oh my God,
What are they doing?
What are they doing, journalists?
News.
Yeah, so that's cool. That's cool indeed, and I'm happy that on a very short notice you guys could accept to come on. Let's look at what's happening in Liberia, and your thoughts are important as well. And it's good that we are all doing good. We did not come here and just misuse our lives. I can say that for sure. We are all doing great, but and it's welcome. And this is your platform. You are welcome. And whenever you have the time to join us, you are always welcome. Thank God for technology. We can do it from anywhere. Yeah, so that's good. But on the intro, we talk about the scenes in Grand Bassa County today, and that's the talk of the town. Grand Bassa, the Cummins, brown skin ticket, and what are your thoughts? Let's start up with you, Papi.
Well, pretty much, yeah, it was a beautiful and colorful event, following or ongoing as we speak in the pool city of Grand Bassa. It's something that, as you said, are similar to every political parties, more especially the ruling establishments that. First of all, we all were looking to see as to what are they doing, more especially people who wanting to unseat President George Weah. Um, Up to now, they have not had uh, their running mates, at least the two full runner political party in the country as we speak, already announced their running mates. We still looking forward to see Councillor Tiawon Gonglo and Dr. Clarence Monumba and other presidential hopeful who hopefully we hope and pray that they come up. But I think the team announced or the pronouncement made by Mr. Cummins, naming Miss Councillor Charlene Bromsky, is something that is a team that need not to be overlooked because from all spectrum of life, she's youthful. I mean, legal luminaries, a dudes of the bar. I mean, somebody who crisscross across the spectrum of our country. I mean, is something that every political party in the country should not see it as a light ticket, but rather something that will be that will bring some tough results. Comes October.
Steven.
Well, thank you again, Cyrus and Leighton. Let me first begin by issuing an official disclaimer that the views I'm about to express are fully mine and does not in any way represent the institutions that I represent, especially where I serve as Deputy Press Secretary for the EU Liberian Association of the Americas.
Oh, Eula, yeah.
So I want to be clear about that. I'm here strictly as a journalist and speaking.
This is the home of Eula too. Your vice president know you here?
Yeah, my vice president.
Okay.
So,
And I saw him traveling out of this area.
I just want to put that out first because a lot of people are watching, and I know this is our convention year.
Okay.
People go to Spain and all that kind of stuff. But like my colleague just said, Papi, what happened today in Grand Bassa County should be a wake-up call for all of the other political parties that want to unseat President George Weah. It's very important for people to understand where Bassa sits right now in our body politics. Bassa is one of those counties where if you want to become the next president of our country, you need a Bassa vote. You need the Brazilians to show up in huge numbers to vote. Over the period of time, records have shown clearly that Nyobi Kanga Lawrence, same for no indications to be the mother, touch bearer of Grand Bassa County until today. I'm driving the city of Minnesota. I'm watching the social media feeds. I'm seeing a momentum of people showing up in mass numbers. I'm asking myself, is nobody still in charge of the county? I mean, for what I've seen today, there is a paradigm shift in the county of Grand Bassa. And every other person, whether you are for the CPP or you are for the Liberty Party or in the Union Party, you must not go to bed tonight without giving what you saw a second thought today. Because I tell you what, the son of Bassa or forefathers, I should say, or a political icon, just step up to the stage. And she didn't just step up in an ordinary way. Today she stepped up in a very, very powerful way. And from all indications, tonight, hundreds of Liberians are going to bed very happy, while others are going to bed very sad. But again, that's politics, and it's filled with a lot of dynamics.
Nathan, let's hear you on it.
Yes, few issues. Charlie Bromskin, Alexander B. Cummins, looking at the ability factor or faction of the Liberty Party supporting that ticket. We saw former Foreign Affairs Minister Western Guy Finley. So the team is coming together. But I tell you, for me, I'm not moved by the numbers I see, right? That's how I about to ask Bena, so he could show more light on. Numbers in Liberia politics do not always favor that candidate. We saw that with candidate Sandy and in previous election, Vani Sherman. So with that team coming together, looking at the amount of supporters from the Joseph Boyka ticket and Jeremiah Kuhn, looking at the number of senators, this is an election year. So now, because the people want to judge the scenario, who going to go for second round with the George Weah in the ticket? So is there going to be opposition? I don't see it like that. I see it with the ruling establishment and the opposition, but one of them. So is it going to be the Joseph Boyka and Cohn ticket, or the Charlie Bromskin and the Alexander B. Cummins ticket? Again, is Charlie Bromskin well known across Liberia, not only in Bassa? Because I hear you say about Bassa, you must get Bassa. People are saying you must get Nima County.
Are we cognizant of the fact that Bassa is not just Grand Bassa County? You have Magibi, part of Magibi is Bassa.
I mean, that's what I'm about to tell. That's what I'm about to say to
part of Riverses.
Correct.
Almost part of Sino.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And then the Bassa speaking group is spread across Liberia. There are some of them in as far as Lofa,
lower Bond, the Cocoa Belt.
The intermarriages. What are some of those factors? And not just limiting to Grand Bassa County. And if you listen to Mr. Cummins today, he did not say, he addressed it not as Grand Bassa County, but as Bassa land. So I was just thinking of bringing that into play.
I mean, I quite agree with you. And just to add on to what you just said, Nathan, you got to understand, Bassa politics is kind of special than any other county in Liberia. For Bassa, if you look at Bassa historically, people in Bassa, like many other counties, I can clearly say, they don't vote for people based upon who you are. Sometimes, most likely, they vote for you because of where you come from. Who are you connected to? Now, in Grand Bassa County, everybody know when it comes to Bassa, there's only one person people point finger to, Child Walker Bromskin. And so, anybody can easily relate to Charlie because of her father. So when you say, oh, she's not well known, yes, people might agree, in some quarters that she may not be well known, which of course is arguably, debatable. But Bassa over the years have always proven to be a county where people vote for their children or candidates based upon their background. I'll give you a classic example. In 2005, when President Milton Finley returned from abroad to contest the senatorial election in the county, the issue of strange candidates, talks emerged at the time. And people were like, oh, where's this guy coming from? Mind you, Finley had just returned from Norway. He was in Switzerland, going to school, the war, stuff like that. Now he was back home. and not many person knew him at the time. But guess what? Because of his father's legacy, you understand the late Finley, who a lot of people knew and had a very great respect for as a poor man, a lawyer, who's a farmer, and all of that. People navigated quickly to Finley because of his father. Now, as a result of that, you saw Besengar running not on the party ticket in 2005. Besengar ran as an independent candidate in 2005, and he won overwhelmingly across the county.
And became Senate Pro Tem.
He became Senate Pro Tem. So when it comes to Basel politics, people will vote for people because of their background, not necessarily you as a person. They believe that the child born by the late Councilor Charles Walker Bernstein is a direct replica of a father. That's why you see people show up today, not so much because they love her, but because of where she comes from. And so that's something that nobody should not overlook as we proceed in these elections.
Now, before
Okay, with that, let me just before you come in, with the issue of legacy, we also look at the current senator, Senator Yombly Kanga Lawrence. Her father legacy make her to where she is today after the demise of the late Senator John Francis Whitfield.
Correct.
And I mean, overwhelmingly, Daniel Chiu was the forerunner at that time. But from nowhere, from the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company as public relations manager, and she automatically, from her father legacy, something that we cannot overlook in these announcements that were made by Mr. Alexander Cummings today.
And I understand that, like what you said, Papi, when before Yombly came out to announce her support for the Bwaka Kong ticket, we understand that her father was visited by former Vice President Bwaka.
All right.
So it's like, I'm coming to you to have you talk to your daughter because, I mean, she listens to you, and that was the sealing of the deal. I know, Nathan, you want to come back.
No, I mean, that's the situation they just, I mean, the view they just present. But this is not Bassa. This is a general election. Talking about close to 4 million people, right? You need that vote. You saw recently in Nima County alone, from the recent voters process that went on, Nima has a very huge population as compared to the other counties you may mention of River G, River 6, and other counties. So it's about the numbers. That's my aim. How can the Charlie Bromskin and the Alexander B. Cummings, who before it was considered as a newcomer, how can they pull out convincing the audience or the Liberian people to vote for them? That's the issue. Is that a good ticket?
Well, whether it's a good ticket or not, that's a separate discussion. What we're talking about right now is Charlie Bromskin being unveiled today by Cummings as his running mate. Now, what we're saying and what I'm putting forth is that let nobody overlook Charlie Bromskin here. Do not see her as a stranger because she will shock you. Bassa is a county that is noted for shocking people. Papi just mentioned the issue of Yombly. Yombly was sitting at FPRC serving as public relations manager. She was earning a little over $800. She came in because of father legacy. Today she's a senator.
So now the Bassa part divided now.
No. They're not divided.
We welcome.
They're not divided. You gotta understand the history.
The after effect of today.
Okay, you gotta understand the historic setting of the county first.
Get into that
because Bassa is a family. It's a family county.
Everybody connected to everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's one.
You understand? Even when this guy came in to run, what's his name? Jonathan Carpet. He came from the Methodist Church. He was like little funding this community projects and stuff, but he wrote on the legacy of the former president of the United Methodist Church, Bishop Innes.
John G.
So what I'm saying, shut, that's Bassa right there.
Yeah,
they vote for you because of who you represent.
Let's take the voices from today's, naming ceremony. We will start with Mr. Cummings, announcing Charlene. We'll just stick to him and Charlene and her acceptance, and then we can come back to what's the after effect.
Correct.
From today. Who can we see now as the real face of Bassa leading up to 2023 October?
How many faces?
well, we have to go into that. Folks, if you're watching, if you missed it earlier on, and thanks to the KMTV team, wonderful production today by CEO Ronald Jackson and the team there in Grand Bassa County. We'll bring you these excerpts from Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings, the standard bearer of the CPP, and then we bring you Councillor Charlene Bronskin's acceptance speech. It was a very, very emotional one for her. You could see it, and yeah, we will do that, and then we will come back. We'll look at the factors that are interplaying now, the different tickets, why the strengths, where will people be looking at, going into a run of. Like Dayton say, there's a possibility with President having a runner with one of the opposition going with President Weah. What will happen? There are a lot of things that are playing. We were there. We all covered 2011. Yep. We saw the rules that everyone played. Some other people saw what happened 2017 and all of that. And some of those same things are coming back leading up to October. Right. So here is, let me say Councilor Kumis, Mr. Alexander B. Cummins first, and then Councilor Bronskin.
Thank you. Hello, very good. Hello, Barcelona. Today I stand before the people of Liberia and the people of Barcelona, very humbled to be the stand-up bearer of the CPP. I want to thank the people of the Liberal Party, but most importantly, for this beautiful gift to Liberia, this beautiful gift to Basa, and the next Vice President of the Republic of I was saying to Teresa when we were coming just and Charlene that I'm so happy that I have a partner now to help me manage Musa and Louis. Hello, hey, talk to the more importantly, do you listen? Together, Charlene and I will have equal partnership in the development of our country. We will transform and we will change this country. Our country will be transformed. That many of you are very blessed today to have Charlene as a partner. Charlene is smart. Charlene has integrity. Charlene connects. We will start a transition, and come January 2024, we will. So we've been here a long time. I want to thank, most importantly, and she will be a partner in the transformation of our country. So Charlene, welcome to the team. We're blessed to have you. Thank you for managing Musa. And next Vice President of the Republic of Liberia.
I am the man, if that is my biggest flaw, then let's thank God I never served in government. Yet, although I never served in government, I have served my country. I have served through the practice of law. I am the founder and managing partner of CMP Law Group, a law firm that was established in 2018, which is one of the fastest growing and most respected providers of legal services in Liberia. I have served as a professor at the Louis Arthur Grant School of Law, making sure that legal scholars are equipped with a solid foundation so that they too may serve our country through the law. I have served Liberia by providing educational assistance to scores of Liberians through financial aid. I have served Liberia by equipping the government hospital in Buchanan with operational when the government failed to provide those needs. I have served Liberia by providing solar light in the darkest community in Phuket City to make sure that we stop rape and armed robbery in the city here. Let's say to some of the people, right? Yes. I have served my country by ensuring integrity in everything I do in my law firm and for my foreign clients so that they can come and invest in our country and believe that there are integral Liberians who will do the right thing. I have served by being a role model to many young Liberian men and women. Young Mama, I got a bit emotional and lightheaded. I want us to take a moment of silence to recall the memory of Councillor Charles Walker Bromsky, please. Thank you. I will continue. The choice of now speaks to the 14-year-old Jacob, who is standing outside all day in Luku Town, watching football at the video club. The choice of now is heard in the silence of the investor that's supposed to come to Liberia. But because of greed and corruption, we have forgone our economic opportunities. They have landed in the laps of other countries. Liberians are weary. They are tired. They have a sense of hopelessness. Liberians believe that our choices are limited. So, what was yesterday and what is today? But I tell you, Liberians, we have more than those two choices.
And I tell you, Councillor Charlene Bronskin, the daughter of the founding father of the opposition Liberty Party, there, accepting the nomination by Alexander Benedict Cummings, head of the collaborating political parties. Now they have a full ticket going into October general and presidential election. Guys, I know you guys were attentive listening. The showdown in Bassa today was a huge one. You know, the attendance, the crowd, you know, being active, musical interlude. You saw Bucky Raw, you saw MC Caro, and the guy who sang for almost all the politicians in Bassa, so they got Diaspora and all the local artists. And you listen to why Mr. Cummings felt Charlene. He said it. And something that caught my attention, she began her speech by talking about her father, drawing her father into the picture, her family, where her family from, her mother's family, her father's family, her relationship to her current Spurs, Charles Dennis, as well, who was playing by her side, and then drove on to her education. One major thing was, and it's been on the lips of almost every Liberian, whether she's not yet served in public office in government, and you heard her listing areas that she's contributed to society through her work, whether at the Louis Arthur School of Law, whether it's helping the hospital in Bassa and other things. What's your takeaway, especially from those points?
I mean, listening to Charlene, you know, speaks clear to the issues at stake. Firstly, this selection by Cummings and the whole acceptance is personal. And personal to the fact that the Bronskin family is always noted for going very, very high. They don't settle for less. And that's why when I hear people talk about, oh, why would she want to abandon her representative post and then go up to become a vice president? I mean, come on, man. Who would want to have an opportunity to be a vice president and then want to leave that for a representative slot? But people who know the Bronsky
And
family.
you think that's a smart move with her first political?
I mean, it is
start.
a smart move because here's the thing. Like I said, the Bronsky, that's exactly who they are. You understand? I remember in 2005 when her father started off establishing their party, there were a lot of calls from various quarters that he run to become senator of Grand Bassa County. He had clear path in becoming the senator of Grand Bassa County.
He already served that.
Yeah, and he said, "No, I don't want to be a senator. I want to be the president of the country." So that's who the Brunskins are. You understand? They always go for the high stake, and so I'm not surprised that Charlie will want to take this opportunity. But besides, I'm here to see a law that prevents a person from becoming a candidate on the vice presidential ticket of a political party or the candidate versus you also serving as a candidate for a representative slot. I'm here to see any law that prohibits a person. You can run, concomitantly, for two positions. If you win the both positions, assumingly, you would just be required to relinquish one of those positions. And I think maybe that's exactly what is at play here. So I think she's in a very good spot. But moving forward, I think Charlie's in a very better chance of taking over her father legacy. And this is the very first step. She's just put her foot through the door. People should be scared.
When you say her father legacy, what is that?
I mean, everybody knows exactly when it comes to Grand Bassa County, some of the things that her father stood for. Speaking truth to power. He was very vocal. He was one guy who was always on the backs of the government.
If he could challenge Charles Taylor as president.
Exactly. So that's something that she's noted for. And over the last few months, Charlie has been very vocal across the country, talking about not only the crisis that exists within the Liberal Party, but calling out the government in those areas that where they fall short. And she's very vocal. And she's smart too. That's the amazing part of it. She's very smart.
So was Charlie just the redemption stake for Kuman? Because after he ran to young Kaka Lawrence, she gave him cold shoulder. So she's just like, okay, my last hope.
He wanted Jeremiah Kuman.
I mean, I don't see it. I don't see it like that because every other presidential candidate will definitely reach out to a lot of people. People will turn it down, and some of those people they reach out to, not necessarily they want them, but it's just part of the process. You understand? You just got to go across the room, make a 360-degree turn. But at the end of the day, you have to settle for one person because I remember the case of Boyka. You understand? Everybody thought that Boyka was going to settle for
Eric Costa,
not only Costa, but Yombly as a president. So will you say that Boyka gave a cold shoulder too? I won't say that, but again, it's part of the process. You understand? So the fact that Cummins had opportunity to go to Yombly, I mean, I don't see he giving or she giving him a cold shoulder. I just think it was part of the process. Perhaps they never actually had the same vision, and so they had to part ways, which is obvious, But let nobody overload Charlie in this process. She connects with the young people. That's something that is very key in basketball.
She turned 47 tomorrow.
Yeah, she connects very well with the young people. She's smart, and she has an outstanding professional career. I mean, what more do you need, man?
Benna, let's hold you there. Let's hear you, Papi.
Well, like the question asks, I listened keenly to the clips from Mr. Cummings up to Councillor Brumskin, Charlie Brumskin, and Charlie is one person. She's youthful in the first place, and she's one person like Steve indicator cut across the spectrum. But guess what? Nobody want to go. If you say, if for example, I would disagree with Steve by him saying nobody will want to settle for something that is higher for or less. This is the second office of the Republic, and she has not putting her foot to the doorstep of becoming a representative, or like she declared, or it was speculated that she wanted to contest as representative, but for no reason she did a 360-degree turn at the end of the day, accepting the nomination or the appointment by Mr. Cummings to run as running mate. I don't know from what calculations she did, for which I know if Councillor Charlie Bronskin was to contest as representative, obviously
it would be a fair shot.
It would be a landslide victory for her, and a very good a stepping stone, maybe entering the legislature. She could fight to be the speaker the first woman speaker. I stand to be corrected. To be elected. At the end of the day, 6 years after, she could do the calculation, the political calculation, and maybe rise up and come out like what her father did. Her father served as what? Senator. So if we talking about looking at the legacy of her father, so like almost like she's jumping her father legacy instead of following the steps. Yeah. So
I mean, I let me push back a little bit on Papi a little bit when you made the comment when you say you don't understand why she would want to do certain things. You got to understand this is a lady who she's a lawyer. Firstly, she understands very well the legal implications of all of her actions. Two, like I said, and perhaps maybe somebody can show that provision of the law if it does exist. I think we're trying to put the cat before the horse.
Mhm.
There is no law
Mhm.
that prohibits a person from being a vice presidential candidate on a ticket and at the same time running for the representative position.
So
again,
that's a huge.
exactly. So for us to say exactly, it's because we see
being elected, you cannot
run on two. Run for two positions.
At the same time.
No, but yes, we've seen over the period of time where people in the legislature who occupy senatorial position, representative position, I should say, contesting why they are sitting currently as a representative, contesting to be senatorial. Because there's no law that prohibits that.
They still have a term to end.
But not only that, but there's no law that prohibits that. That's number one. So
there's no law for that.
Exactly. So in the
but
case,
the National Elections Commission, Bernard,
in this case, let us not. What I'm saying,
authorization to run for two different seats in a single election.
If there's no law, they cannot. So let us not jump to that conclusion that the door, she shut the door on herself, because guess what? She might still be running as a representative.
Steering.
So let us not shut the door on Charlie and say, she should have run for the representative slot and not go for a vice presidential slot.
Like you said,
you don't have a statute that limits her. So she can even decide to run for even the mayor position, whatever, if depending if we had the opportunity to be able to elect our mayors. But the point I'm driving home is there are enormous opportunities that lie ahead of her.
Sure.
So our one and any other logical person would never want to settle for less. In life, you don't settle for less when you have an opportunity to take a shot. And I think at this point, she's just taking the shot. And you talk about her being elected the first female speaker. Let's go back to the case of President Salif, man.
Mm-hmm.
President said he struggled for so many years. People say, okay, you are going to be senator of Bowman County. She said, no, I want to be the president. She stuck to her goal and she got it. It took her many years.
She contested before to be senator and she won.
I'm saying there were opportunities before that. People said she should go and be this senator. She could go and be this. She said, no, she had her own goals and she stuck to it.
Even though she contested and she won.
But the point I'm making is people have their own vision, their own goals in life. So let us not put our own thoughts into her mind. She knows exactly what she's doing. And I won't be surprised if she goes and becomes the next representative and probably her vice presidential bid fails, whatever the case is. But there's no law that prohibits any person from doing that.
Now, the pronouncement today by Mr. Cummings and acceptance by Charlene, what shift is the political landscape taking? We know Senator Kuhn is the running mate of Joseph Walker. Seaman Freeman did name Dr. Who? I cannot remember his name. He already named his a medical doctors. Seaman Freeman's running mate. President Weah has maintained that he's taking Vice President Joe Howard Taylor.
Correct.
We're only waiting to hear from Tiawan Gonglo, the other guys, to see where they stand. But with this pronouncement today, what's the shift in our political landscape?
Well, as we speak, the road to 2023 is specifically October 10. The stage is set and the game has begun. So at the end of the day, the major stake actors or political actors have come out with all of their political running mates. And it is about time the campaign to begin. But guess what? With Councillor Tiawan Gonglo, from information received, Councillor Tiawan Gonglo is also consolidating and having conversation with something that will shock the nation,
Another name.
I'm hearing Nobel laureates, Lehman Bowie, and I'm hearing Madame Mary Bra, who is the current Director General of the General Services Agency and Special Task Force Director on Electricity in Liberia. And who knows? And all the two could consider, contesting. Councillor Tiawon Gongo could be the limdo at the moment. But guess what? He's using his broom wisely, traveling across the country.
He was here the other day. He said he want to sue our studios, but there's no corruption here, Council. he said, no, gentlemen, I just taking the broom just in case I see one.
So those are some of the things. The game has started. The stage is set. So I
know there was a caller that was on. Somebody wanted to join us. So if you are watching, we'll give you the opportunity. If you are there, you can call us on WhatsApp 763-238-9904. We will give you the opportunity to share your thoughts on here as we talk about the pronouncement by the CPP standard bearer. Hello.
Good afternoon, good evening, gentlemen. How are you all doing?
We're doing good. How are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. Well, I'm Mr. Russell calling from Dallas, Texas. I want to say the panelists, Dallas, Texas.
Go right ahead, Mr. Russell.
The panelists out there, you guys got me. You guys are brilliant. I must say. Everything you guys have said, I'm like, okay. So keep it up, guys. But I really like to chime in on the whole fixer two, quote unquote, for Ms. Brumskin. I think many Liberians, what we need to do away with the whole thing of, we don't know you, we don't know this person. We need to stop that. Liberia is being behind other countries that is moving ahead because of this notion, we don't know this person. We are fortunate to have cell phones and internet and computers and stuff like that to look up people, look up what they have done, look at their achievement. But guess what? If somebody were to call right now and say, Mr. Russell, that's a naked picture, watch. See how many people will share that picture.
We'll get to know you in a second.
Exactly. But the stuff that has to do with our future, the future of our children and generation to come, we will not research it. We will only take this thing. But let me say this. We Liberians should not sleep on Charlene. I don't know her personally. I did look her up. There's another person that I looked up, which of course he may have no traction, is the late vice president's son, Clarence. I looked him up. He's a fine brother.
Very brilliant young man.
My advice to CPP, ANC, Charlene could be their secret weapon. Do we remember a guy called Barack Obama?
Correct.
I think we all do.
Mm-hmm.
The youth votes propelled him to the presidency. You can easily compare him to Charlene. Easily. Fortunately for him, he's in America where we have ways to quickly research and stuff like that. He's a rookie. Charlene is a rookie. But God, she does have vast amount of knowledge. She's eloquent. The youth would gravitate to her. It's just one of my one and two.
Thank you, Mr. Russell, and keep watching KMTV. Is because of people like you that we do what we do. And thanks for everything. Have yourself a wonderful Memorial Weekend.
You as well, and please be safe. Thank you all, panelists. You guys are great.
Thank you. And you listen to him. The thing about she's new, he's new. Does that really play on our voters?
Like I was just initially I indicated that Harris Monuma, Clarence Monuma, who is somebody he's a force to reckon with.
Mm-hmm.
Councillor Tiawon Gongo. So many will say, for example, at the end of the day, one good thing about our country, we do not vote for issues or we do not vote for policies, but rather triviality is what we're going to go after. So it's something that we will have to inculcate this into our elections period, so that, I mean, let us be, I mean, let's go out on the extraordinary to be able to know about people, to see their contribution internationally, domestically, what have they done. But to just sit and, I mean, where is she coming from? We are lazy people to research.
Because of that, we write everybody off.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we just go ahead. At the end of the day, we say, oh, Nathan, okay. The last time we heard about Nathan was at EOBC. Do you know that Nathan is a licensed insurance broker in the United States?
In the United States.
I mean, people, those are things.
The thing is, the thing is with our community, right? Like I listen to Mr. Russell, but I wanted to ask him, how many people in rural Liberia have access to technology, can research? It's all about fame. When George Weah came, everybody knew him for football, not because people research him on the internet. So for me, I mean, until something happens, but looking at the stakeholders from the opposition and the ruling party, they don't need anybody to research them on internet. It's what traditional means of communication. Oh, Joe, we have big hospital in this area, right? That message is going. People are going to research it. The issue with Charlie and people is like, who is this person? So until they intensify their word of mouth campaign for people to get to know her and propagate the rightful things before people start knowing. But indeed, she is new. You can't compare America with the United States. That Barack Obama was new. For me, I differ with that. If I go to Riverside County, I go to Wayne, I go to Butu, I go to Campley, people want to know, who is this person? If I'm going to vote, I must have some connection, like you said, with this person.
So do you think the CPP will have to do a lot to sell her?
A lot to sell that ticket, as compared to the Borka, who have been long time name, the Prince Johnson long time name. Even if, like Papi said, they don't vote people based on character, good character. Why are you promise skills? Why are you a world leader? Once your name is out there, that's how they go. They're not going to research you. Trust me, we don't have the ability.
Again, I like to come back to what I said previously.
We almost
Bassa is a unique county. Bassa is a unique county. Let nobody think
Liberia as a whole, because she's not.
Yeah, by extension. But let nobody think that Charlie is a stranger. She will shock you. Do not think
was a stranger in last election.
Well, if you want to classify him as that, that's fine. But if even right now, if you want to pair Cummins and Charlie, I would rather tell you that Cummins, I can consider Cummins as a stranger than that of even Charlie.
Into politics, he's no longer
as it is right now. You understand? Because Charlie is not a stranger. Her name alone introduces her.
Now let's look
her
at
name alone. Unlike name Cummins. A few years ago, if you mention Cummins, everybody will be like, Cummins. If you talk about Charlie Bronsky, somebody will be like, oh, I've heard Bronsky before. Is she related to the late child Bronsky? That would be the first thing that will come out of the person's mouth. But like the caller said, we need to navigate from that point where we see everybody like, oh, you are a stranger. We don't know this person. We don't know that person. I think we should be way above that. But sadly, that's our country. That's Liberia for us right there. People vote for people because they know you. Even if they don't know you personally, like I said, they vote for you because of where you come from and who you represent. A classic example, I remember in 2011, this guy was elected from Bapuru.
Let me hold you there. This person been on. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, you want to participate on the program?
Yeah.
Okay, just lower the monitor behind you and listen to us on the telephone, please. What's your name and where you calling? Where you joining us from?
I call you from Istanbul, Turkey.
Oh, Turkey. How is it there out there?
Oh, man, I'm bad. We're good.
Yeah, let's hear you quickly. 1 minute.
Yeah. Talking about Charlie Bronsky, like what my brother said, in Liberia, people don't have the resources to check on people, right? So the common people, she's a good species. That'd be fine. But the common people, the people in the villages, they don't know her. Yeah, that's the problem. She's a good species, and I hope and pray that we will get on board. But the Liberian people, we don't check on people record, bro. That's the problem.
All right, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and have a good weekend there in Turkey.
Okay, thank you.
And I think he was just saying exactly what Nathan argument was. Now let's look at the Liberty Party.
Correct.
Now it is official that, I mean, the Yombli faction is with Bwaka, and the other end is with the CPP. With this pronouncement, what do you think? Do you think there is a possibility of having a one Liberty Party anytime soon? Do you think this is an opportunity for Charlene to take over her father's party?
I tell you what, we live in a country of laws, right? And I'm going to stick on the side of the law. By law, there's no one Liberty Party that I personally know of, and that is the one being represented by Musa Hassan Bedete. From the lower courts to the higher courts, they've said it clean. But on the other hand, nobody claimed to still hold some level of ownership in the party. But that will be up to her. Best of luck to her. And I want to see in the next 2 to 3 years how she go about navigating, that power that she has. Because come or 2 or 10, whoever the Liberian people want will definitely be elected. But fast forward, I think from today's pronouncement, it's clear that Charlene is going to be the new face, if not is already the face of the Liberty Party.
Okay, let me hold you there. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, quickly, 1 minute. We're almost out of town.
Yeah, I think you guys are making a great point, but somebody else said something very important.
Yeah, what's your name?
Charlene
What's your
is
name
new.
first, and where are you calling from?
Terry, I'm Terry calling from Minnesota.
Okay, Terry.
Charlene is very new, and I listened to the other guy comparing Obama situation with Liberia. You cannot compare Obama in America with Liberia. It's the far disparity. Everybody who became president in Liberia was known. Everybody. So she going as running mate is not a bad thing because most of the time running mates are not well known. But for right now, I don't think she should be the focus point because everybody is looking at comics. The reason why Unity Party Vice Senator Barrett carried weight was because everybody said Joseph Boca old, Joseph Boca old. But for Mr. Cummings, he's much younger, and I don't think Charlie Bronski should be an issue, even though right now it's become a talk something. But Charlene does not fit in with the people. In my mind, she does not resonate with the Liberian people. Yeah, that would be my own take.
Thank you so much, Terry.
Thank you.
All right. So you listen to the caller, and he's like, there will be like Nathan said, there will be more to be done by the CPP to have Charlene sold to the Liberian people.
I mean, like the caller said, and that's his opinion. We all got to respect his opinion. Again, he clearly stated that Charlie is the number 2 person on the ticket. Whoever going to take the shot is going to be Cummins. Cummins is the head of the ticket. Charlie is not running to be president of Liberia. She's running to be a vice president. So a lot of people always consider the vice presidential post as a medium position. You understand? But be as it may, again, I want to go back to what the previous caller said.
In closing,
we got to stop saying, people as strangers and here because it's not helping our country. It's not helping our country. Who knew Joseph Boaga before 2005? Yeah, he was in government, but the vast majority of the country never knew until Ellen brought him to the public space. So everybody will have some sort of history. Does that mean that we should exercise them? No. Does that mean that they cannot do a better job if we give them an opportunity? Certainly they can do a better job if we provide an opportunity. So, but let nobody overlook Charlene. Charlene is smart, that she connects with the young people. And I think for all indication, like I said, and I will keep saying this, Charlene is the new face of the Liberty Party, whether we like it or not.
Papi, let's hear you.
It's good to be here. Firstly, I hope and pray that all goes well with the CPP, with their activity leading to October 10. That is by reaching out or doing their outreach activities or campaign, that their message will be resonating with the Liberian people so that the Liberian people can be able to entrust them with the leadership that they all yearning for. But however, with the current situation in our country, the election is something that is crucial. We hope and pray that everything going to remain peaceful as people announce running mates and the campaign process, debate, or whatever should be something that we all will embrace and work together.
That's all.
Liberty Party is divided.
They're not at liberty?
Things are falling apart. The center cannot be held. It's a clear fight. Everyone is pulling out their numbers from within the party. It says in unity there is strength. So now, like I foresee a second round election, and it is during that time. Like Yaka Koluba said, we should not castigate. It is during that time we will see. Maybe one party agreeing, say, okay, we recognize the comments as the legal and ability as the legal Liberty Party. But from all indication, they need to come together because election is about the number. And I know the ruling party, they're sitting down on the fence, they're calculating, they are celebrating, they are happy. Also, to the issue of Tiago Gonglo and Monba, these are people like, you say, we shouldn't use, they are now well known, but Liberia politics, 136 days towards election, we need to market these people. And it's a clear fight, man. Until something change around, we know there are 2 or 4 big 4 names out there. Other people will not surface. From the CDC, the Liberty Party, the ANC that came together, these are the only things we're looking at in the 136 days as we head towards campaign. So the thing I will say is that peace for all. Let us unite and have a peaceful election. Don't tear each other apart physically. You can do that politically.
And constructively too. Thanks guys for coming in. We had a wonderful 1 hour here. I wish we could do this much longer, but we have to get out there. It's
$6 an hour.
Remember your pronouncement. The man want to resign his job, all of his jobs.
You have to return.
You're not paying an hour. All the long press releases. Well, I see the member. I'm like, yeah, he has changed the way they communicate. I'm like, yeah.
Yes. So thanks, guys. It was nice having you guys. And like I said, whenever you can, leading up to October, you can join us on the regular Diaspora Talk once you have the time, until you can make a decision to take the 60 per hour. So folks, thanks for being there. Thanks for watching. I'm Cyrus McGee. I've had here with me my colleague Nathan Charles, Papi Xavier Cully, and Stephen Bender. We've been looking at the CPP day there in Grand Bassa County. Thanks to you callers who called in and made your points. You are wonderful people. Thanks to all of you who watch on Facebook, on our YouTube as well. We are back here on Monday with the program Diaspora Talk. We probably might go into this further on Monday as it relates to what's coming out of this. What are some of the things that are coming out since the pronouncement? We will be looking at them, watching the feeds to see what next. But until then, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful Memorial Weekend. Monday's holiday, but we'll be here to serve you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Let your celebration begin with Park Liquor Outlet, your first Liberian-owned liquor store in the city of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. We have everything that you need to set that special occasion up right. For your next party or great get-together with friends, visit Park Liquor Outlet. We have great selection of beer, wine, gin, and many more at affordable prices. Our customer service will make you always want to come back. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Park Liquor Outlet, your one-stop celebration store. We are located at 6315 Zine Avenue North, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Visit us today and feel the difference.